Can you have your cake and eat it too? Can you eat all the yummy things that you love and still be healthy, fit, strong, lean, energetic, and live a very long time? And there's some very interesting answers to that question. And a lot of people will say, no, you can't have, mustn't have, don't have, shouldn't have, all these things because they're going to make you fat, sick, weak, and diseased, and you're going to die early. So why is it that there are lots of people who eat the things that are so-called bad foods, cake, lollies, chocolate, drink alcohol, eat pasta, eat pizza, eat hamburgers, and they still live a really long time, they've still got a stack of energy, they still look fantastic? So I'm in my kitchen with something that I really love, which is cake. I love cake. I'm not sure why. I think because as a kid I didn't have birthday parties. I had a religious background where birthdays weren't a thing. And I remember thinking I'd love to have a birthday cake. So now I have cake in my life every day. This beautiful cake here was made by one of the people that are involved in the KMAC Martial Arts Club. And I paid I loved investing money in this cake. It was baked by a very special person. Red velvet cake. It's delicious. So why am I sharing that with you? Because I'm a very old lady. I'm healthy, fit, strong, lean, energetic. I'm positive. I'm an optimistic, solution-finding person who loves my life. But I eat cake every day. So I have my cake. I eat it. I love it. And it doesn't affect my life negatively. So how do you get to do that? Now, you don't, obviously not going to live your life like me, but is it possible that if we live with guilt and stress and anxiety about anything, that it's going to affect our health, our mental health and our physical health? And of course, there's no one going to argue that. If your body is under stress that you don't relieve, you're going to get sick. It's called diseased. You're going to get sick. So how do you eat your cake? How do you eat lollies, chocolate, biscuits, ice creams, chips? And they're the things, I always share this, when people come to my kitchen, they're either really excited that I'm not a fanatical food person who says can't have, mustn't have, don't have, shouldn't have, or they get a bit judgy that, Roa, you're an exercise professional, you've been an exercise professional, personal results coach all of your life, and yet you have all these bad foods in your kitchen. What's that all about? Well, here's the exciting thing, and it's not just my body, it's your body, it's everybody's body. If you're really fit and if you're really strong, everything inside your body works well. Most importantly, you'll have a fast metabolism. To me, that's really exciting. So if you maintain your muscle, as a woman, I can't grow more muscle, but I can maintain the muscle I was given. So even as an old lady, I can have a fast base metabolic rate because I've maintained muscle. Muscle is the engine of your body. It's the thing that burns the most calories in your body. It's also the thing that burns the most sugar in your body. So if you maintain your muscle, you don't lose your muscle because you diet or you go on weight loss drugs or you don't do strength training. If you look after your muscles, they will look after you. So you'll have a fast base metabolic rate, which is how many calories your body needs to survive every day. How much do you need to eat so that you can live? And the fitter you are and the stronger you are, the more muscle you've got, the higher that number is. The more calories, the more food you need to eat. Isn't that exciting? Then if you've got a fit, strong body, you also have a fast metabolic rate, which means you can do stuff faster for a start, because if you're really strong, you obviously can go longer and go harder. If you're really fit, you can go longer and go harder, which means all the things that you do during the day require more energy. So you can vacuum fast, you can walk the dogs faster, you can hang the washing on the line faster, you can mow the lawn faster, you can clean the windows faster, you can do everything in your life faster and more effectively and more productively because you're fit and strong. So the calories that you burn during the day will be more. Now, for me, the most exciting thing, though, particularly when it comes to cake, yummy cake, is cake has fat in it, and I want to be a fast fat burning machine. Now, your respiratory quotient, depending on how you pronounce it, your RQ, is where the calories are coming from that you're burning at the moment. So if you've got a fast metabolism, are you burning fat calories? Are you burning more carbohydrate calories? Are you burning more protein calories? What are you burning? Now, when you live in the aerobic system, oh, my dogs are barking. See, they get excited about food too. Interestingly, one of these little cakes is for my puppy dog because she's had her first birthday. And I love sharing yummy things with my kids. They love yummy food, but they're the typical example of creatures that burn up food fast. Little Judo, my puppy dog, we put a pedometer on her, and we blew out the pedometer because she did more steps in a day than the pedometer believed was possible. It was like 136,000 steps in one day. Now, she's got 4 feet, I get that. But she's really active, and she's really thin, and she's in really great shape. The vets always say that to us. You've got 5 dogs and they're in great shape, even though sometimes they get a little cake for their birthday because they're really fit and really strong. So why not? Obviously, we're different to dogs, but the concept is pretty simple, isn't it? Be really fit, be really strong, have a high number of calories required to survive, base metabolic rate. Burn up a lot of calories during the day, metabolic rate. Make sure that RQ, or that where the calories are coming from, is predominantly fat when you're resting. So how does that happen? Obviously, when you're in the aerobic system, you burn carbohydrate, protein, and fat. A little bit of protein, and then a nice even mix, usually between carbohydrate and fat. But when you're really fit, your body needs carbohydrate to exercise. Your muscles need glycogen, which is carbohydrate. Your brain needs glucose, which is carbohydrate. Your liver stores glycogen, which is carbohydrate, so that you've got the energy to exercise. Now, go back however many thousands or millions of years, depending on what you believe in, we were once hunters and gatherers. So when we had to hunt, or when there was an animal hunting us, we had to go. We had to have the stored energy to go really fast, really hard, to get away from the threat or to kill the threat. And that's called your fight and flight system, and that's literally burned blood sugar, anything that's in your bloodstream, so you can go really fast. So your body needs to be capable of getting sugar out of your muscles, fat out of your muscles into your bloodstream, so you can go really fast. But when you go as hard as you possibly can, hard and fast phosphate system, 100% effort, the only energy source is carbohydrate or sugar. So your body wants to be able to store that small amount, which is only about half a kilo, so that if you're ever under threat, you can get away really fast. Which means when you're resting, your body says, we don't want to burn too much of that stored carbohydrate. We need to burn what we've got lots of, which is fat. Now, we've all got lots of fat cells. Somebody counted them. I don't know who. It wasn't me. Suggested to be somewhere between 40 to 50 billion fat cells on your body. That's a lot. And determining the size of those fat cells is how much fat we eat. So if you don't burn up the fat that you put into your body, the fat goes into your fat cells and they get bigger and bigger and bigger like a balloon. Interestingly though, all food will end up in your fat cell if you don't burn it up. So yes, cake, carbohydrate, protein can convert to fat if you don't use it. So you can just keep getting fatter and fatter and fatter if you have a slow base metabolic rate, if you have a slow metabolic rate, and if your body is not a fast fat burning machine. So I want to be a fast fat burning machine when I'm resting, so that I can have my cake and eat it too and still be lean and still be healthy. I keep touching that cake because it's really yummy, and this one is absolutely delicious. So I'm sharing with you, if you want to be a fast cake burning machine, if you want to be a fast hot chip burning machine, if you want to be a fast anything burning machine, you need to maintain your muscle, and that means lifting heavy so that you're really strong. It means getting puffed so that you're really fit, so that your body burns up everything that you put into it, which is my number one goal for the world, that we never have diets. We don't have people that need to lose weight. Now, I know it's a big goal and it may never happen, but I'm an optimistic solution finder. And if you're really fit and if you're really strong, your body will burn everything you put into it before it's got a chance to get into your fat cell for your fat cell to get bigger, which means you never have to go on a diet. And this is my very sad thing for kids. I hate hearing someone say to a child, you can't have, mustn't have, don't have, shouldn't have, it's a bad food. It doesn't matter what you like. We all like certain foods, and it's really sad to be told you can't have cake, you can't have lollies, you shouldn't have a chocolate, you shouldn't have an ice cream, you shouldn't eat chips because they're bad for you. How about enjoy all the foods that you love? Don't eat the foods that you don't like. Eat when you're hungry, stop eating when you're full. When you've got a healthy, fit, strong body, you never eat too much because your hormones look after you. They say to your own brain, we don't want any more food, we're full. Which means even if I thought I could eat this whole cake, I can't. First of all, I'd feel sick. But my body, my fit, strong body will tell me, stop eating, bro, you've had enough. So you can see, last night I had a reasonable sized whack of this cake, pretty yummy, haha, it was delicious. And tonight I'm going to have another reasonable size whack after my dinner because I love cake. I'm sharing all of that with you because I want you to live your life to the max. And now you can live however you want to. But if you like living on a diet, if you like counting calories, If you like constantly being stressed about food, feeling guilty if you eat something that you love and feeling stressed if you can't have it, I think that's a horrible way to live, and I don't want that for our kids. As an adult, you can choose to live like that, but I want our kids to be healthy, fit, strong and lean, and I'm going to say it again, eat when they're hungry, stop eating when they're full, enjoy all the foods that they love, don't eat any of the foods that they don't love, and live a life that I always say, to the max. Live your life to the max and love your cake. Yummy, eat your cake and have it, enjoy it and love it. Woo!